You know, I found this to be true. The closer you get to God, the more spirit you got in it, the things that will come out of your mouth will stop coming out. Some of the things, you know, that you want to say in the past will come out. But look, you can't go, can't bring it back. You know, it's the thing with social media. It can be so vicious, so ugly. People will just absolutely destroy somebody or go on a tangent. You can't bring it back. Let me move on. Let's look at what the results of a non-spiritual church are. The services are dry. How many likes them good old-timey services that are dry and they just... How many likes them? Look at all them hands. I don't know about you, but I like coming in where I feel the presence of the Lord. Yeah. I like coming in where I got the edge. Yeah, praise the Lord. Ain't he good today? Disinterested. Sometimes I get accused of chasing rabbits. You'll understand that later. I've told the story about my good buddy, Brother Harlow, who said about row number 4 at Calvary. And he was a blessed, spirit-filled man. But Brother Harlow was sick, and he'd gone through cancer treatments and all this. And I'll never forget, I was preaching one Sunday morning. I thought, man, well, the Spirit's here, and I just feel so good. And I guess I got a little long-winded. No, not me. But I come right, he was about right here, and bless his heart, he dropped his head, and he said, I wish he'd hush. And I turned around and I said, in closing, I went right back. Bless his heart, he was tired. He's a good, godly man that's shouting on the hills of glory today. But he got the message over to the preacher. Never looked at me, never said it real loud, but wait till I got right here and he said, I wish he'd hush. And I obeyed. Some of you probably said it right now. I wish he'd hush. Services are dry, they're draggy, they're disinteresting. The crowds are small. You don't see God moving. You see nobody saved. You see nobody healed. You never see anything going on. There's no energy. The energy's been sucked right out of the building. That's exactly what it is. And the members and the pastor become discouraged. I've met many who are discouraged. I've met pastors who are discouraged. I want to jump over just a couple of verses in Revelation. Chapter 2, Revelation. Beginning in verse 2, it says, I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil. And thou hast tried them which say they are apostles and are not, and hast found them liars. And hast borne and hast patience, and for my name's sake hast labored and hast not fainted. Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love. Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly and remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. Many of these churches, they've lost their first love. And the spirit that once filled the building is void and gone. And the word says here, this is Jesus speaking. He says, I know all the things. I've seen, I've understand. But I got a little something against you because you've left your first love, what you were first so a part of. I think about many spirit-filled congregations of the past. And I think about the wonderful things and some of the unbelievable things that God had done. And I begin to think, why is it not occurring anymore? Why does this not happen? What has occurred here? And then the word pops up to me and says, maybe they've lost their first love. Maybe they're not in one mind and accord. Maybe the spirit that once flowed through the building is completely just left and absent. My wife and I, we got to go into a beautiful church sanctuary this past week. One of the most beautiful churches architecturally that I've ever walked into. The most gorgeous stained glass windows in the ceiling was amazing. And I just stood and I looked there and I said, this is gorgeous. And then the people told us there's 18 of us. That's all we got. 18. And I began to think, what's happened? And they attributed some of it to a lot of folks dying off and never replenishing the church. But I just stood and I thought, what a place of worship. What an absolute marvel. But a church is more than a building. A church is not a building. You can have church right over the hill down here by the creek. And God's presence be there. You can have church right up here on top of the mountain. And God's Spirit feel. You can have church down here by the Cumberland River. And His Spirit be there in one mind, one accord. And you could have the greatest facility in the world. And it be void and null of God's Spirit and anointing. The Spirit-filled church. Strive for this church to be Spirit-filled every ounce of our beings. That we surrender 100% to Him. That when people walk through the door, they know there's something different about that place. There's something different about over there on the side of the road there tonight too. There's something different. When I pulled in the parking lot, there's something different. Let me tell you what that difference is. That's the Spirit of the Holy Ghost. That's what that is. Period. 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 That's what it is. And it'll draw. It'll draw. Are you Spirit-filled today? Have you surrendered? Or are you still struggling with it? Maybe you're here today, and today needs to be the day you stand and say, listen, today I surrender 100%. God, I'll do whatever. I want your Spirit flowing through me. I want all the blessings. I want everything you got for me. Everything. Not just part of it. I want all. I want it all. Maybe that's you today. Every head bowed, every eye closed.